All right, guys, here we go. 6 weeks. Yes, 6 weeks post prep. 6 weeks and 1 day post prep. I do believe it is. And what I want to talk about in this video is a quick recap of the whole season because I didn't done that, and I think I should. I owe you that, guys. So whole recap about the whole season and also a quick, like what are the plans for this off season. I'm going to talk a little about here. So the season went extremely well. Like main goal was improving my physique, right? Like that was the number one goal. It's always my main goal. Always. When I step into the gym, my goal is to improve. When I step on stage, I want to be better. I want to be better, better, better. That is always number one. Everything else is secondary. I want to win as well. I had a goal to win the world champion title again this year, back to back. Had the goal, but it wasn't the main goal. It was a big goal. Yeah, maybe the external, like one of the external big main goals as well. But yeah, so all in all, it went amazing. So the first show was Dubai. They won the overall. Then Taiwan as well. And then we got like towards Germany and WNBF Worlds. So in Germany, I placed second in my class. In at Worlds, I placed second as well, which is still very good. This was still like a 1 point decision, like very very close. So that is always a thing with me. Hey, it's a quite close battle, right? So and when it comes to that, like back to back, what like probably a lot of people think about is like, or also what I got asked a few times is like, hey, like how are the like, was it harder than last time? Was it harder than last year? And I do believe it felt quite the same for me in a way. I think like once I started digging though, it might felt maybe a slight bit harder because hey, right, like the time frame is like not too far, right? Like the break in between where it take me into that place where my body is like, what the fuck are you doing right here, right? Like it's just like a 1 year time frame isn't so long, right? When you take yourself into that state. So but it wasn't like, honestly, I would say I maintained muscle way, way better this year than last year. Also, big change was like training 3 days a week instead of like doing, like 4 days all the time. So that was like recovery management was like a very, very big thing, I would say. And and once I got basically like into the digging, it was almost the same, maybe just like a slight bit harder than last time. But like what like happened to towards the Germany show is like I was a little bit flat right away, came right out of digging. And that is the thing, like once you reach that super lean body fat levels, you get quite flat. Like everyone gets quite flat, and it takes some time. Usually a peak week doesn't fix it. That is the thing. Like in Germany, I did the peak week and my back, and I still looked a little dull, the physique. And then for World, I had my best look ever. And that's why I'm not too gutted about being second, because hey, I put my best physique look ever on stage. And we've been eating up by then. We've been fully eaten up, and my back, everything was a day and night difference to Germany. And this shows like once you get to that very, very lean levels, it makes sense. Yeah, like hey, like eating up. And then like it's still like obviously you never fully recover, but a lot of systems are recovering when food is getting higher again, and therefore the body is also more able to bring a fresh physique on state, but also like storing the glycogen more efficiently. So that was like the biggest change for like going into Worlds. So all in all, I'm super happy with the season. Again, I brought like a way more musculature, like physique on stage, same levels of conditioning at least. And the recovery period is also going good. So now, like 6 weeks, I think I'm almost fully there, right? Like it is, it's always takes sometimes a little more than we think. Hey, we think, oh, I'm back to normal. And now, like, there's a few features coming back. So, and everyone is different. Like for me, I definitely know I'm like back to normal once I don't like really crave a dessert anymore after food, right? Like I eat a meal, I have very good satiety cues, and also the libido is back. That's usually the thing that comes back last for me, is the libido and like desire to do social stuff basically, and also the satiety. So once that is back, and I don't like think about food at all, which is my normal state usually, right? I'm usually not too much of a foodie. I'm like usually I like food for me is work in the off season. I have to think about, I have to structure it, where it almost becomes annoying. And during a prep, it's like, or like also recovery period, I think way more about food. Like, oh, when's my next meal? When is that? And once that stops, I know I'm good to go. And yeah, it's usually around like that, yeah, like 6-ish week period. Like most stuff is recovered within 2 or 3 weeks for me, but like then those things is like takes a little bit. So now that means like, hey, it's like the body is getting more and more able to put on new muscle again. That's why I'm saying recovery period super important. Like we can't rush it as well, right? We need to put body fat back on, but we also need to be in a surplus, and we have to give it time. It's not like a quick fix. The same thing with going into a diet. Hey, you can be in an extremely aggressive deficit for a week, you feel fine, and it has to accumulate until you feel all the negative side effects. And that is what we want to delay within a cut. But then within like, hey, going out of a prep, we want to speed it up as much as we can, but we also can't prep on the crash and making it go faster. So it does make sense to get fat very quickly, but it makes sense to add body fat in a little faster pace, or from the get-go a little bit more, and then just giving it time, telling the body, making it clear, hey, you are safe. And usually within 2 weeks, it's not enough, right? Like the body still is like in that mode of like, maybe there's some starving coming soon again. So yeah, like 6 to 8 weeks usually it takes for me, where I'm like, hey, like now, oh, you safe, don't worry. And then from there on, I'm able to put new muscle again, because otherwise the body's just not in a metabolically flexible state to put on muscle again. It's still like recovering, all prioritizing all the other things. I had it when I injured my heel on stage. It took me a month, 3 weeks, I believe it was, to fully recover it. Where I did the backflip, I bruised my heel a little bit, and that just shows of like, hey, the body is prioritizing first all the prep recovery. If I would be in off-season, it would probably a thing of a week, I would be good to go. But this time it took me 3 to 4 weeks, because the body just was prioritizing, like more like the prep hormonal related things, which having a higher priority, right? Like from a survival perspective. So yeah, all in all, that is good to go. And yeah, phenomenal season, phenomenal like memories. I'm so excited for the next time stepping up, then very most likely 2026. I'm already excited for it. Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, I already can't wait to make so much gains in the off season, and then getting on stage. And one of the main goals is like, yeah, like bringing something totally different, because now I have an extra year of gaining to go. It motivates me a lot what was possible from 23 to 24, but now I imagine, oh, what will be possible on 24 to 26, because I do want to win the world champion title again. Main goal. And I not only want to win it, I want to win it with like clear-cut decision. That is my goal. I want to win shows, boom, with a clear-cut decision. That is like a big driver for me within my off-season, or in general. Like, I'm always very competitive, and yeah, but like still like in a like quite healthy way. I respect my competitors and I love competing with them, but I'm also like, I wanna like win. That is like a video game. Like, boom, I wanna win that. And yeah, so that is one of the main things. And also like not only like winning it with a clear-cut decision, but also like, yeah, again, bringing a physique where it's like, hey, wow, insane progress. I'm surprising myself. Like, that is like my main driver within at this point in my athlete career, because yeah, the longer we do it, the more the stronger a why needs to be, because it gets harder and harder, right? Like at the level where I'm also right now, like I need to have a big driver to put on new muscle, because hey, the return of investment is also much less the longer we do it, and it just takes way more. It takes way more of like living, like locking in basically, and having that big why. And for me, a big is basically like, like getting better and better, like bringing a better physique each time on stage. I'm doing it, and a major driver, like main driver for me. So yeah, like it will be amazing. Focus will be quads this off season. Quads. Also lats, I want to bring way better back next time, especially still on the back poses. Bigger quads to create even more pop, and everything else as well, like still arms, still delts. And yeah, like the main thing what I have to do, like conditioning is not an issue, right? Like also the symmetry, all of it, it's just like, hey, I need still like more of a freak factor. And that's what I say on the podcast yesterday with Kenny as well, the longevity and muscle podcast. So check that out. And there I said as well, like at this level, when you're at the world-class level, you need it needs to be like a car crash where people can't look away from it. Like you need to look like a freak up there. That's my goal. Like I just need even bigger quads, more like that freak factor, even more, and that will be the goal. Every time I'm up there, I want to look more and more like a freak. That is the goal. And yeah, super pumped for it. And yeah, that's mostly it. The recap and the plans for it. Body weight is now 70 kg, 5 kg up above stage weight. Maybe kg heavier than I would like to, because in Kotawa I ate a little more dessert. So I can emphasize now, hey, like the holidays can be a little hard, especially when you have a higher appetite, because usually I can never emphasize too much because I'm always force feeding. But when there is a higher appetite, it can be quite challenging on the holidays. So, but it's fine for me. Goal will be 74 to 76, anywhere around that range by late September. Then the pre-prep cut down to like 70, 71-ish again. And then the prep start in probably May or summer. Yeah, but still, like that's like down, like stuff I don't plan too much yet. So yeah, that is the thing. That are the goals. Sticking to the principles, making progress, killing it at the gym. And yeah, I'm super excited. As always, documented training on my IG and also on the YouTube side of things. Also this year I focused somewhat more on the coaching business side of things. So I created a separate Instagram account. You can check that out, Team DE Coaching, where I post like client journeys, more educational stuff, more like talking wheels and so on. And also on the YouTube side of things, trying to be getting there also back on it, because I believe, especially within the off season, when the habits are more and more and more there, also on this one, let's say the YouTube, it will be easier to maintain it also during prep. So that is always one of the big things. So yeah, that is the plans. Any questions about my off season or prep, leave it in the comments, text me on IG, wherever you want to. And yeah, there we go. So off season documentary is about to start. Yes, sir.